Good morning, everyone. So, in this today's session, we will be going to start our chapter from history, that is 18th century political formation. It is chapter 10th from our book. What do you mean by 18th century? Century. इसका मतलब क्या है? A period in between 1700 to 1799. A period in between this is known as a period of 18th century. Political formation. Political formation means changes in the political sector as due to changes in the administration bodies. How it has been done? ये कैसे हुआ? Because of the Mughals. Mughals who had started their journey from 1526 and collapsed in 1707. ये पीरियड इसके पास ही है. They had started their journey from 1526 and winded up नहीं कहूंगी मैं. It was after the death of Aurangzeb. Weak successors of Mughals were there who were not able to consolidate their power under their control, and they become the puppets in the hands of their nobles. अपने ही जो उनके वो थे नॉबल्स थे, अपने ही उनके जो रिक्रूटेड मेंबर्स थे, मनसबदार्स थे, उनके अंदर ही वो पपट बन के रह गए. एंड मनसबदार्स दे हैड मेड देयर ओन कंट्रोल इन देयर ओन एरिया. Nobles, they had maintained their own control in their own area and trying to have their power under their own administration setup. And they also start fighting with each other to have or to get the power of their other territory under their control. Because of this reason, इसी कारण से ही Britishers took the advantage of Indian disintegration and had their own strong control over the Indian political authority. This was a reason why India was under the capture of Britishers, because of the weak successors of Mughals, because of the independent charge set up by the nobles and mansabdars, or even in the local areas, different chieftains, different people, they had tried to have their own control in their own administrative setup. This we will be going to set up or going to study from our chapter. Now, first of all, I am going to tell you India is a subcontinent. Here, what do you mean by subcontinent? Because a continent, why India is called a subcontinent? Because India is having all the features which to become a continent is required. जो भी एक कॉन्टिनेंट को बनने के लिए कहने के लिए रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, वो सारे फीचर्स जो है वो हमारे भारत के अंदर अवेलेबल है. लाइक क्वालिटी ऑफ सॉइल, क्वालिटी ऑफ लैंडफॉर्म्स, माउंटेन्स हैं, कोस्टल एरियाज हैं, एरिड सॉइल है, लोमी सॉइल है, एल्विल सॉइल है, कोस्टल एरियाज हैं, प्लेन्स हैं, डेल्टा रीजन्स हैं, सो सारे ही, और नेबरिंग कंट्रीज भी हैं, seas hai, oceans hai, everything is there which is required for making one as a continent. That is why India is also known as a subcontinent. So we are going to start our chapter like from the page. आप अपना page खोलिए, page number. Like on page number 138, our chapter has begun that India as a subcontinent has different kind of setup. During the Mughal periods, they were reshaped and successfully or emerging new kind of kingdoms were being developed during the 18th century. 18th century means a period begins from 1700 to 1799. By 1765, the another power, British, has also took the charge and they tried to have their own control on Indian administration. As because of the different weak successors of the Mughals. So in this chapter, we will read about the emergence of new political groups in the subcontinent during the first half of 18th century, that is from 1707 to third battle of Panipat, that is 1761. अब यहाँ पर underline करो, third battle of Panipat was fought under dash in dash year. मिल गया मन्नत? One mark question? Yeah. So that is there. Next आ जाता है आपका concept the crisis of empire and later Mughals. अब empires के ऊपर क्या crisis आना शुरू हुआ है? As I told you earlier that Mughal empire reached its height during the period of all the rulers. अकबर के टाइम पे, जहांगीर के टाइम पे, शाहजहां के टाइम पे बहुत सारी सक्सेस इन्होंने ली, आर्किटेक्चरल भी ली, लिटरेरी भी ली, और बहुत सारे इकोनॉमिक वेल्थ भी इन्होंने कंसोलिडेटेड की, बिकॉज मनसबदार जो थे देवर बीइंग रिक्रूटेड एंड दैट वाज गिवन टू देम एज पर देयर रैंक, ऐसा दिया जाता था. बट अब क्या हुआ? बिकॉज ऑफ द औरंगजेब्स कंट्रोल, जब औरंगजेब का कंट्रोल होया उस टाइम के अंदर ज्यादा वॉर्स लड़ी गई. औरंगजेब हैड made continue war with the Britishers, with the others, that led to depletion of treasure from his territory. अपने किंगडम से उससे पैसा जो है वो खत्म होना स्टार्ट हो गया था, और उसका जो पीरियड था वो एक डाउनफॉल पीरियड जो था वो मुगल्स के लिए हुआ था. बिकॉज उसकी डेथ के बाद 1707 में जब उसकी डेथ हुई, उसके बाद क्या हुआ? सक्सेसर जो मुगल्स के आए, दे वर वेरी वीक, they were not strong, so they had become increased. It was becoming very difficult for the Mughals to have the control over the vast area. पूरे एरिया के ऊपर कंट्रोल करना उनके लिए मुश्किल था. That is why they adopted or they appointed mansabdars as nobles. उनके ही मनसबदार as nobles जो है उन्होंने अपॉइंट किया, एंड उन मनसबदार्स को, उन nobles को काम क्या क्या दिया? To make the administrative control, to make the economic control and political control. Economic control मतलब दीवानी rights, and political control मतलब फौजदारी rights. दीवानी, military control, फौजदारी rights. ये सारे देने के कारण सारा का सारा एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सेटअप जो है वो नॉबल्स के हाथों में चला गया. सो मुगल द गवर्नर्स कंसोलिडेटेड दीज नॉबल्स, दे कंसोलिडेटेड देयर पावर्स अंडर देयर ओन हैंड्स. उन्होंने अपने हाथों में शुरू कर लिया. दूसरी साइड क्या हुआ? peasants, zamindars of different areas, they were paying the taxes, they were paying the revenue to the persons who were demanding from as a representative of Mughals. But nobles were very smart because they had full control over the area. They were collecting the taxes, but they were not depositing it to the king's treasury. अब क्या हुआ? जो औरंगजेब के बाद मुगल्स के राजा थे, उनके पास तो कोई पैसा आ ही नहीं रहा है, जबकि नॉबल्स जो है वो सारा पैसा जो है जमींदारों से और पेजेंट से इकट्ठा कर करके अपने पास ही रखते जा रहे थे, टू बिकम अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्सन और टू हैव फुल कंट्रोल ओवर देयर एरिया. बिकॉज वो काफी स्मार्ट थे, उनके पास एज अ मनसबदार उन्होंने सारे काम किया हुआ था, और उनको पता था कि पैसा किस तरह से राजा को पता लग सकता है, सारे लूप होल्स पता थे, इसलिए उन्होंने सारा पैसा अपने पास ही रखना शुरू कर दिया. लेकिन कोई भी हेल्प जो है वो किसी भी तरह की हेल्प जो है वो पेजेंट्स को और जमींदार को नहीं देते थे. और अगर वो कोई मतलब रिमिशन चाहते भी थे, किसी तरह का कोई मतलब एक रिलैक्सेशन चाहते थे, तो वो भी नहीं दिया जाता था. जिस कारण से peasants and zamindars they start movement against the nobles, they start movement against the kings of Mughals. That is why the rebellion start from their side. Another point, chieftains. Chieftains जो थे, they were also start consolidating their power in their own area. अब chieftains कौन थे? Village head. उन्होंने क्या करना शुरू किया? अपने ही एरिया में अपना कंट्रोल करना शुरू कर दिया, and try to consolidate their power in their own local area. These also led to emergence of new areas under their control and declining of Mughals as the kings. तीसरी चीज एक और आ गई इनके ऊपर, वो क्या थी? Foreign invaders. Foreign invaders also start coming to India to do the plundering and looting. जब एक देश टूट रहा हो ना, जब अंदर ही उसके डिस्टरबेंस चल रही हो ना, तो बाहर वाले लोग भी अटैक करने आ जाते हैं। इस पीरियड में दो पर्सन जो हैं, आपने नाम सुना होगा, नादिर शाह एंड अहमद शाह अब्दाली। सुना हुआ है? Nadir Shah of Iran in 1739, he came in India and plundered thousands, millions of things from here. After that, Afghan ka Raja Ahmad Shah Abdali, he also came here, and in between the period of 1748 to 1761, 1748 से 1761 के अंदर वो 5 बार आया। अहमद शाह अब्दाली कितनी बार आया? 5 बार। और उसने आकर भारत के अंदर लूटपाट, प्लंडरिंग, एंड इस दौरान आपको याद होगा पीकॉक थ्रोन, डायमंड से, जौहरों से, रत्नों से भरी हुई एक राजे की कुर्सी, वो यहाँ से प्लंडरिंग करके ले गए थे। So this is the another reason the Mughals were becoming weak and new rulers were emerging. Nobles as the powerful persons were emerging and making the control of administration under their hands. Is it okay up to this? कोई doubt है तो please ask your questions. So due to the pressure from all sides, nobles were also being divided into two groups. One was Durrani and another was Iranis, and they were also humiliating the noble kings, Mughal kings, as two kings, that is Farooq Siyar and Alamgir. They both were assassinated by the Mughals, by the nobles. And next is Ahmad Shah and Shah Alam. They both were blinded by their nobles. So this kind of humiliation was being there to make the control of the administration under their hands. So noble has done these types of cruelties also. Next concept जो हमारा आता है, that is emergence of new states. अब क्या हुआ? After the collapse of Mughals, definitely the kings or the nobles or the mansabdar, they had made their own control in their own area. So ये जो emergence of new state हुआ, it was being done by the three ways. तीन तरह से हुआ. One, it was being divided into three independent area. पुराने provinces, राजाओं के आगे nobles जो थे, they were working under the name of Mughal king, but they were not asking anything from the Mughal, and they were independently doing all the tasks without taking permission from the Mughal kings. ये कौन-कौन से तीन थे? That was Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. So first was the old Mughal provinces which were working independently but with the name of Mughals. These three states were Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. दूसरे जो थे, second point जो आता है, that is state had enjoyed considerable independence under the Mughals. मुगल्स के अंदर ही इंडिपेंडेंस अपनी इंजॉय कर रहे थे, and they were known as वतन जागीर्स. ये कौन से थे? वतन जागीर्स. These were includingly राजपूत प्रिंसिपैलिटीज, यानी कि अपने ही वतन जागीर की पूरी इंडिविजुअलिटी, पूरी इंडिपेंडेंट चार्ज को ये लोग एंजॉय कर रहे थे, एंड दे वर राजपूत्स. तीसरे तरफ के जो थे इंडिपेंडेंट न्यू स्टेट्स, दैट वाज इंक्लूडिंग द स्टेट्स ऑफ मराठास, सिख एंड अदर्स लाइक जट. सो थ्री तरह के independent charge जो थे, one was nobles who were working under the under the Mughals but independently doing everything. They were Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. Secondly, Watan Jagirs who were enjoying individual their own principalities, that they were Rajputs. And third were the independent charge of their own areas. They were Marathas, Sikhs and Jats. So these types of three categories under the Mughals, after the Mughals, were started as a new states. इसमें अगर किसी को प्लीज कोई डाउट है तो you can ask, और this will be your 3 mark question कि कितने 3 टाइप्स के जो है, हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ स्टेट्स वर बीइंग डिवाइडेड? वन इज इंडिपेंडेंस from the Mughals, but working on the name of Mughal, but enjoying all the rights under their own hands or under their own control. That is Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. Second, individuals, Watan Jagirs, Rajputs. Third, individual kings, Marathas, Sikhs and Jats. Is it okay? यहाँ तक अगर किसी को डाउट है तो प्लीज आस्क.